Alright, so this is my first video here. I'm going to give it a shot. First model that came in here for a repair is actually just a setup. It's an Epiphone. It's a Casino. Guy plays his flats. He brought me a set of chromes, so I'm going to put them on. Just looking at it from the get-go, a couple things. I mean, the action is really high to begin with, and I can see in this area here, I can see the bow. So obviously it's going to need a truss rod adjustment from the get-go. So the first couple things I check in the beginning is obviously the action, the nut height. If like that's probably the most important thing setting up a guitar. You can have a guitar perfect, and if the nut height is high, the guitar, it'll never play right. But if you get the nut height perfectly, what happens after that is you can raise or lower the action all you want. So nut height, and then obviously the truss rod has to be as straight as possible. Sometimes you got to back it off a little bit. I'll explain that later when we get to it. I always check the tuners, make sure they're tight. We'll check that. These are cover tuners. They're like Kluson Deluxes. So not much you can do with them. But as long as they're tight and the screws are in there. Sometimes on other ones with die cast machine heads, I always tighten the nut on the top. Alright, so in this case, you got two P90s in there. I can see right away that he has two grommet thumb screws right here under the bridge, which is actually not a bad idea. It does raise the action a little bit, but he is a jazz player. But that would definitely hold it down solid. I'd actually never seen that before. Could be I just never ran into it. Okay, we're going to take it from there. So the first thing obviously I want to do is check out the frets. Not too much wear. I usually give them a quick dressing anyway. So I'm going to pause the video for a second.